Magandang umaga. Bom dia. Good morning. I pulled it off. I did it. My face looks thin. I got new glasses. They seem to be rather large, these glasses. But anyway, I like them. So anyway, I thought I would just make a little video on my channel and talk about where I am and what I'm doing next and why what I'm doing next. And it might seem a little incongruous why I'm not finishing that cabin. I am going to finish that cabin, but not straight away. I've been talking on my channel about the fact that I'm going to the Philippines. Well, I am in the Philippines. Dito sa Pilipinas ako, sa mga kababayan ko, with my people. So, anyway, masaya ako dito. I'm very happy here. Para sa inyong lahat sa Pilipinas, mga Filipino kaibigan. Back to English. So anyway, what's been going on? Well, quite odd. Because let's have a little pan around. Look, this is called Chowking, which is a very popular, ordinary, bog standard kind of Filipino idea of Chinese food. Good fare for a reasonable price, and that's just what I want at the minute. Now, I sort of pulled it off. Very odd. I was there, as you know, because you follow this channel. Otherwise, I don't know why you're listening. I was working on a cabin and working towards the prospect of getting out of there and getting to one of my three countries, the Philippines, where conditions would be better. But I needed to get some money together. I've saved an astonishing amount of money. Whatever you guys may think of this crazy guy who lives in this dugout cabin, whatever you might think of that, it's generated capital, it's generated savings, and therefore capital from my pensions, which allow me to do things like fly to the Philippines to go and see people and stuff. Because most people kind of save up for ages for these things. I can do it in a paycheck. Paid off my house in Portugal. I have no debts. Well, no, I have a little bit debts, but I mean I have no like big debt like the mortgage of the house. So now I have financial scope in order to be able to start on projects, and one of the projects being to come out of the UK and go to somewhere where I can actually build a proper house or work on a proper house. Why not Portugal? Well, I have an association so far with a woman in the Philippines. I've been talking to her. I really must get this face of mine fixed. I'll put my hand there, make it look more normal. It's a strong on that side. So I've got to go and meet her, you know, and bring it to some kind of a conclusion whether we like each other or we don't, you know. Is that a potential wife or not? So sort that out, go and see her, and I give myself a commitment of stopping here for 1 month, but I can actually have two options, which are to continue applying for visa extensions indefinitely, or to go and apply for residency. Now the thing about Filipino residency in the Philippines, residency sa Pilipinas, is that you have to annually pay $300 US, which is not so bad. It's about about £250 English. So you're paying that, and think of that as like £20 a month of rent. In other words, you're renting the Philippines, the privilege of living in the Philippines, and it's going to cost you 20 quid a month. And for that, you'll be able to live there. And then you've got to figure out where you're going to live. So, in my case, I have this land. So, I may do that. I may stay here indefinitely. But I am committed to, it's not the most important thing in the world, finishing the cabin. But it's a bolt hole in the UK which I can use when teaching. And unless I get some kind of disturbance, like somebody breaking in and wrecking the place or burning it down or God knows what. Bahala na, as we say in the Philippines, you know, come what may, que sera. If that happens, well, I've had my money out of it. I've saved thousands by living there. So, that's an option. I can go back to the UK. How to keep this? I must get a camera stick or something. How to keep it still. I have the option of going back there and teaching. I've been told I'll have work in September, teaching physics and mathematics a bit, I guess. And I'll just do it. I'll just turn up every day. I'll just do the biz, and I'll just take the money. That's the easy kind of teaching work going. But something interesting happened. I got a contact from an agent working for a school in Cascais in Portugal. Cascais is near Lisbon, and it's noted, people sort of take the mickey out of it for being very posh. Very posh, yeah. So, kind of a good place to speak good Portuguese, good practice, I guess. And I do want to speak good, educated Portuguese. So the wage is like, wow, man, it was 50 to 55,000 euros plus accommodation, free accommodation at an international school. And I thought, ooh, that's nice. And I thought, this is an offer too good to refuse. So anyway, I got back in touch with him, gave him my CV. He's got back in touch with me, asking me about teaching A-level mathematics now. Okay. So that set me off thinking. I tend to, having ADHD, which you know I've got, I tend to avoid teaching mathematics above GCSE level. And the reason why is because the ADHD mind doesn't really like to be handling big things in one go. We like to break stuff down. So, for example, years ago I found I had a lot of difficulty solving things called differential equations. And the reason why is that's a multi-part process. You got to look at the thing, and then you got to set up this. I can't remember now. I think it was an associated simultaneous equation or something like that went with it. Anyway, this is like a three-stage process of doing this, and I found that very hard to keep in my head all in one lump. And when I was doing really heavy maths years ago, I did pass that course. I had the mathematics laid out on my friend's table, and it was 8 foot long, this table, and I would write from the top to the bottom and run up and down and go, oh yes, that's what that means, and then the next thing and follow it. So it's just a lot, you know. So I thought about it, and I thought, you know, I can do this. I can do it. And I just can't do it, you know. So I thought, okay, I'll do it, you know. So basically, whilst I'm here in the Philippines, I've got to improve my Portuguese a lot, and basically be fluent in Portuguese by the time I arrive back in Portugal, or maybe in a month's time when I've got to go for an interview, or God knows what they want me to do. I bought a suit for that purpose, for my 2 grandchildren's christening, and also it's got the right kind of Portuguese look. style about it, so for that as well. And I'm ready to go. And I'm sort of ready to kick ass, as you might say. And I'm feeling really good. I don't know what's going on, but all I can, to put it simply, is I got my mojo back. You know, I got my mojo back, and I'm doing some kind of odd things. You know, like managing to negotiate the system of coming here to the Philippines and not worrying, where's my passport? Where's my passport? Where's my ticket? Just being quite calm. I feel so calm. I participated in this thing about this online. It was called Exorcising Demons from Your Life or something. This Catholic priest, it's like a prayer thing, and he gets you to say it and so on. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll do this. Yeah, like it's always good to like get rid of malevolent influences in your life, and I did it, and I followed this thing, and I felt an amazing feeling of calm afterwards, and that little bubble of calm has been surrounding me ever since, and things have just got easier, you know, like just stuff has just got easier. So anyway, this is probably a rambling ADHD style talk, but what the hell? I mean, that's what it is about. At the minute, my brother-in-law is trying to call me at the minute, but I'm going to ignore that and carry on with this video. So anyway, what I'm doing is I didn't realise how good my Tagalog was. I come back here and I'm talking to everybody, because it's much easier in Manila because it is their local language. So talking a lot of Tagalog, and this immigration guy stopped me and he took me aside and he wanted to video me, so I did a video with him, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. He thought it was really good. So it's just things that I didn't expect were working so good that are working. So the next idea is to start work on the house on Samal Island, and I'm being distracted here because my brother-in-law is trying to call me, and a message is coming up. So I got to start work on that Samal Island house and see what I can do there. And if it works, if I don't get any problems from planning or this or that, either, oh sorry sir, you cannot do that, then I will proceed to do that. And if not, I will I'll possibly head back in a month's time and start work again in Portugal on the other project. But I must keep working, I must keep at it. I've got to be making progress, because one of the houses that I'm here, there and everywhere, the cabin is functional. I can kind of live there like a home, you know. So that is a functional home. Portugal is a place that I can kind of squat inside the structure of the building. That's semi-functional. I wish I could get a floor in upstairs, but I've always had problems buying wood of suppliers, and hopefully this time I'll be able to get some. So all three projects I have to work on, and in the Philippines I hope that I'll be able to get something done, because the ADHD mind wants to be creative, and I want to be doing things, and I've got like inside here that I've got, like, as Elon Musk would say, a constant waterfall of ideas, and they do drive you nuts. But if you can take them up, put them into the world, and create something, you get to express them in it. I don't know, it's a kind of release to it, you know. And I really must bring to fruition some of my ideas. But at least here in the Philippines, I've at least got to start preparing for plans that will maybe happen later. You know, if the job is slowed down. To anybody considering building a house in the Philippines, I would say this: for God's sake, build it out of wood. You know, watch my channel and see how I do it, because if you build it out of wood, you don't have any of the planning problems. You don't have geotechnical engineering reports to do and stuff like that. And bahay kubo lang, it's just a wooden house, you know. And you don't need planning permission and God knows what. So far as I know, you just get on with it, and that's exactly what I need to do. Mind, having said that, it's not going to be some shack. I've done a lot of rethinking of a lot of things. On previous videos I talked about making things out of triangular structures and making them stronger that way. I've got to make some concession here in the Philippines towards the fact that they have earthquakes. So I've got to make the house such that it is able to dissipate energy of an earthquake. Basically, it's got to flex. It's got to flex, but to a degree where it will not collapse, you know. So it's got to be rigid enough, but also have the ability to dance around and dissipate the energy. And wood is ideal for that, because trees have what you'd call an internal energy dissipation system to dissipate the energy of the wind. Otherwise they'll just smash up all the time, and they don't. So by using wood, you're sort of captivating that process. But it's got to be able to flex. And I've looked a lot at Japanese construction, how they do things, and they don't put diagonal cross bracing into things, so it allows stuff to flex and twist from a sort of square to a rhombus. I call it rhombodoising. So you've got to allow the thing to rhombodoise and dissipate the energy. So I've got to bring that sort of thinking into it, and possibly even go full on Japanese, you know, with all of my ideas. But we'll see when I get to do that. Anyway, so that's an update on what I'm doing. I'll upload this, and I may make a video of meeting this potential new partner. I don't know, it's kind of, I'll make the video and then post it bahala siya, up to her, you know, whether she's up for doing that. There's a weird effect on making videos like this. I'm off centre, like as if I've got my head turned sideways, because the camera on the phone is on one side, and it's difficult to compensate. So anyway, I've got to go and placate my brother-in-law and phone him and see what we're going to do. So anyway, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Thanks for listening. Thanks everybody, and thanks to all my people who support me, and particularly Mr. Smith, who he's always enthusiastic and always has a little positive comment, you know. I'm 70 this month. Wow. In 16 days I will be 70-year-old. And honestly, God, like, it seems like life is just beginning, you know. There's so many adventures to have. So, see you later. At makita tayo sa kana. Atilago. See you later. Jesus be with you.